Woo! Good morning, Man Hour Nation. Hump Day is here. So that means one thing and one thing only. It is time for the NFL Power Rankings. Week 12 NFL Power Rankings. There are some early rises. There are some big drops. And there are teams last week that were not on there that are on there this week. Spoiler alert, if you listen to this. But first. And now, Mike's thoughts. In the NFL realm, people get paid to do certain things. Linemen get paid to block. Defensive linemen get paid to get sacks. Linebackers get paid to get tackles. Running backs get paid to get rushing yards. Quarterbacks get paid to score and win a lot of games. And wide receivers get paid to catch the damn ball. The Kansas City Chiefs are paying receivers not to catch the ball. They have had drop after drop after drop after drop after drop after drop. It is quite mind-boggling of how many drops the Kansas City Chiefs have had. Take this into perspective. In his whole career, Larry Fitzgerald had 2 drops. He had more tackles, 8, than he did drops of 2. MVS for the Kansas City Chiefs had 3 drops last night. I should say Monday night. 3 drops. 3 drops in one game. Tooney, flashback to week 1, 11 weeks ago. Opening day, 3 drops. Watson, Monday night, had 2 drops. Why in the world can the Kansas City Chiefs receivers not catch the ball? I'm not asking for a friend. I'm not asking for anybody else. I'm asking for myself. Why can the Kansas City Chiefs not catch the damn ball? It is not that freaking hard, man. Seriously, it's not. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who's coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And good morning, Man Hour Nation. Michael Buckcusher here with the Man Hour. Be sure to over to manhourradio.com. Check out the blog section. Of course, check out the merchandise section as well. New merch is live out there, guys. Hit the link down below. Check out the new merch. But most importantly, guys, if you guys want to miss any part of this show today, any part whatsoever, if you missed Tuesday's show, if you missed Monday's show, if you missed Thursday's show, Friday's show, it doesn't matter. All the podcast form are out there on the Listen tab. Head over to manhourradio.com, click on the Listen tab, and bada bing, bada boom, the podcast form is there. You can listen to it in the car. You can listen to it on your headset. You can listen to it on your Bachboy. You can listen to it on your boombox. Whatever you want, you can listen to it on podcast form. It's also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, of course, iTunes. If you guys have those respective platforms, download it, leave a ranking on the show. It helps you guys more than you will ever realize. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that damn like button. Hit that like button below, and guys, help us out. Help us out by triggering the algorithm and hitting that like button. Bada bing, bada boom. More people are jumping in the chat each and every time here, guys. We are getting bigger and bigger each and every show, and could not do without you guys hitting the like button. Thank you guys very much for doing so. but it is Wednesday edition here of Man Hour Radio, NFL Talk. This is Buck Nasty doing solo show, the NFL Power Rankings. There has been some big drops and some risers in this week's list. There has been a lot of changes, and we are going to dive right into it. One of the biggest changes that I want to come out and say right off the bat, this team has been struggling as of late. They have not scored in the second half in 3 straight games. In the second half this season, they are averaging 5.3 points. The offense is struggling. The defense is balling out. Special teams is balling out. But the Kansas City Chiefs are coming in at number 10 in this week's power rankings. Last week, they were number 1. Yes, they did drop 9 spots despite the loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, which is one of the best teams in the NFL. But the reason why I have them dropping so much in this week's power rankings is from the collection of the last 3 or 4 weeks here. Losing to the Denver Broncos, we dropped them a little bit, right? Then they beat the mighty Miami Dolphins over the pond in Germany. Put some respect on their name, put them back up at number 1. But then they lost to the Eagles. And I didn't want to do it. I am a homer, and I was looking at my power rankings, and I realized, you know what? I am putting favoritism into these rankings. The point of the matter is the Kansas City Chiefs offense has been struggling all season long. They only have 2 games above 30 points this season. That is against the Chargers and against the Chicago Bears. Otherwise, they're averaging right about 19 to 20 points per game. Like I said, in the second half, 5.3 halves in the second half this season. Average. That is a league low. That is not good. When you are consistently being shut out in the second half by the Broncos, by the Dolphins, by the Eagles, this worries me. This worries me because right now the Kansas City Chiefs are sitting at 7-3. They do have a 2-game lead above the Denver Broncos in the AFC West standings. They do not play the Broncos anymore, but they do play the Raiders twice moving forward. Also, looking at their schedule, they like I said, they play the Raiders next Sunday at Vegas. Then they travel to Green Bay to play the Packers. There's a surging Packers team that kind of looked a lot better last week. Buffalo Bills, we don't know which Buffalo Bills are going to show up, the good ones or the bad ones. Patriots just plain suck. Then you play the Raiders again at home, and then the Bengals, and then the Chargers. Guys, it is not a stretch that the Kansas City Chiefs might go 500 in this stretch. And if they go 500 in these next 6 games, they are a 10-6 team. Sorry, 10-17. Not very good. Not very good, but that is why I do have them coming in at number 10 this week, moving way down in the power rankings, dropping from number 1 all the way down to number 10. Guys, let me know in the chat below. Do you agree with the Kansas City Chiefs sitting at number 10? But let's move on. Coming in at number 9. This team has won 4 of their last 5. Wins over the Saints, Buccaneers, Bengals, and Cardinals. This team has really surprised all of us this season. We had no question in our mind that they were going to be a 3 to 4 win team tops. They've won 3 games in a row. They're possibly going to win 4 games in a row this week when they play the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that is the Houston Texans. Coming in at number 9 again this week in Week 12 NFL Power Rankings are the Houston Texans, as unchanged from last week. What I like about the Houston Texans, they have a team. Yes, CJ Stroud did struggle a little bit last week versus the Arizona Cardinals. He did throw 3 interceptions. Yes, it happens. He had a bad game. But the Texans rallied. They figured it out. Tank Dell stepped up. Schultz stepped up. Collins stepped up. The defense stepped up. The Houston Texans guys are going to be a hard out. If and when they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars next weekend, they play the Broncos, Jets, Titans, Browns, Titans, and Colts moving forward. They can be a 10-11 win team. 10 wins will probably get you into the playoffs this season. I see them sweeping the Titans. I see them sweeping the Jets. I see them possibly beating the Colts. That right there is 4 more wins. That is 10 wins on the season. That's a playoff team. Put some respect on their name, but unchanged from last week are the Tennessee Titans sitting here at number 9. So just to recap so far, coming in at number 10, we do have the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming in at number 9, we do have the Houston Texans. And then coming in at number 8, a team that lost their starting quarterback to shoulder surgery just last week. I was like, man, is this team, this team has the best defense in the NFL. This team had won 2 games in a row. They had won 4 of their last 5. Are they going to sputter? Are they going to struggle? But that's the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns did not sputter. They did not stumble. They continued to truck along, and they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 13-10 last week. They have now won 5 of their last 6, and check this out, 8 of their last 10. They are sitting at 7-3, and on the season, they have the best defense in the league. They are unchanged from last week as well, sitting in at number 8, and I had every anticipation that they were going to fall out of the top 10 once Deshaun Watson went out. Now, they do got a real test again this weekend when they travel to Mile High Stadium to take on the Denver Broncos. That could be a real measuring stick for DTR and I guess Joe Flacco and the rest of the gang. But moving forward, they play the Rams. Should be a dub. Jaguars going to be a very competitive game. The Bears should be a dub. The Texans, competitive game. Jets and Bengals, all dubs. Guys, sitting at 7 wins right now, the Browns are a playoff team. I see the Browns getting into the playoffs with 11 wins. That is why I do have them sitting at number 8. So far, guys, are you guys agreeing with the way I have the stats or the power rankings so far this week? Do you guys agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments. I'm in the comments with you right now. Talk that shit. Let's talk it. Let's recap. Number 10, Kansas City Chiefs. Number 9, Houston Texans. Number 8, the Cleveland Browns. And coming in at number 7, a team that has been kind of a roller coaster of a team and I did not want to buy into at all, but this team has won 6 of their last 7. They have beaten teams like the Atlanta Falcons, the Buffalo Bills, the Cincinnati, or the Colts, the Saints, the Steelers, the Texans, the Colts again. And that is the one and only Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are coming in at number 7 after being off the list of last week after taking that complete beatdown of the San Francisco 49ers. The reason why I had them falling off of the list was because I thought, oh no, here we go again, another roller coaster of a season. Because last year, when they lost 1, they just didn't lose 1 in a row. They lost 3 or 4 in a row, and they would jump back on track and win 4 games in a row and then lose 3 games in a row. I had every anticipation they were going to shit the bed versus the Titans because they're going to be overlooking the Titans looking at the Houston Texans rematch. But they didn't. The Jacksonville Jaguars flex on the Titans 34-14 in that final, and they are looking like a really, really good football team right now. Trevor Lawrence is looking like a top 10 quarterback. Calvin Ridley is doing his thing. Travis Etienne is carrying the workload. Slow it down, baby. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the front runners in the South. If they beat the Houston Texans this weekend, they are basically almost a lock to win that division. But coming in at number 7 right now, I do have the Jacksonville Jaguars jumping on the list from unranked last week. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are jumping in. XD Gamer, they're not a top 5 team, but they're number 7. I am putting a little bit of respect on their name. Speaking of putting some respect on their name, this next team, they have a lot of respect on their name. They have been killing it on the offensive side all season long. However, the last 2 weeks, been kind of stumbling, right? 14 points and then 20 points in a win versus the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are talking about the number 6 team, and that is the Miami Dolphins. They do jump 1 spot from 7 to 6 from last week because of the win over the Raiders. A very, very good win, a very stingy win. But this is the first time that the Miami Dolphins have really been challenged on offense at home this season. This is the first time that the Miami Dolphins kind of had that adversity where they had to come back from behind and actually won a game. Yes, they did struggle versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and they had to come back in the second half. They almost did, but they couldn't quite do it. But for the Raiders, they held on. Coming in at number 6 are the Miami Dolphins. I like what they're doing. They are going to win the East. They are first in the East right now. Hell, I believe they have a 1-game lead over the Buffalo Bills right now. 3-game lead over the New York Jets. As long as the Miami Dolphins win this week versus the Jets, beat the Commanders and beat the Titans and beat the Jets again like they're supposed to the next 4 weeks, they are a lock in the playoffs. Put them in the playoffs right now because they are not going to lose the next 4 weeks. But the Miami Dolphins move up 1 spot to number 6 in this week's power rankings because of the win over the Las Vegas Raiders. So just to recap one more time, slow it down, baby. Number 10, the Kansas City Chiefs, falling way down from number 1 last week to number 10. Coming in at number 9, unchanged from last week, that's the Houston Texans. Also unchanged from last week, sitting at number 8 are the Cleveland Browns. Jumping in on the list at number 7 are the Jacksonville Jaguars, being unranked last week into the number 7 spot. Jumping up 1 spot from 7 to number 6 are the Miami Dolphins. And jumping in from number 5, unchanged from last week, that is the Dallas Cowboys. I do not know why people keep wanting to shit on the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, and arguably, are a very, very good team. And they showed that again last week versus the Carolina Panthers. They went into Carolina, 1 o'clock game, and had, guess what? Bland had another pick 6. 4 pick 6 in like 5 or 6 weeks. This guy is balling out. But the Dallas Cowboys did beat the Carolina Panthers 33-10. Now, they do have a Thanksgiving date versus the Commanders tomorrow at 4:30 here in the afternoon time. So maybe they were, looking forward to that on the offensive side. The offense has been kind of, I don't want to say stagnant, but been kind of stale as of late. But I look forward to a nice late season push. The Dallas Cowboys do have the Commanders coming up tomorrow here on Thanksgiving night. And then they have the Seahawks, Eagles, Bills, and Dolphins and Lions to round out the season. Very tough part of their schedule moving forward. We are going to see if the Dallas Cowboys are the real deal the next 3 or 4 weeks. Hell, you can even throw the 5 weeks in there. They do have a tough sled of games. But summing in at number 5 right now are the Dallas Cowboys. Do you guys agree so far? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I am in there with you right now. Spoiler alert, this is a pre-recorded show, so that's why I'm kind of, flying through them. I didn't realize how fast we were going until I just looked down at the clock. But damn, slow it down, Buck. Damn, slow it down, baby. But coming in at number 5 are the Dallas Cowboys. Now, coming in at number 4, this is a team that I was hell-bent that was going to have a late season struggle. This was a team that I thought was like, uh-oh, here we go again. Thursday night game. They're going to lose that game, and they're going to lose to the Chargers, and they're going to lose to the Rams, and they could lose 4 of their next 5 games. Uh-oh. But nope, they did not. Not only did they beat the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday Night Football, they beat them bad. 34-20. Lamar Jackson says his left ankle is 100%, and he is going to be able to play the rest of the season. But coming in at number 4 are the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens right now are sitting at 8-3 with the 1-game lead over the Cleveland Browns in the AFC North. And they are looking like a damn good team and just getting better and better and better. Not only is their defense stepping up, their offense is stepping up. Their special teams are stepping up. Their football IQ is getting better each and every week. Guys, the Baltimore Ravens moved from number 6 to number 4 this week, up 2 spots in this week's power rankings because of the play as a whole. Not only the win over the Bengals, not only the win over the Seahawks a few weeks ago, the dominating win over the Seahawks, not only the dominating win over the Detroit Lions 4 or 5 weeks ago, it's the total package, guys. They have won 6 of their last 7, and they are balling out right now. Only loss was to the Cleveland Browns 33-31 2 weeks ago, when Deshaun Watson balled out of his freaking mind. Now he's no longer there. But coming in at number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. So just to recap one more time, Chiefs coming in at 10, Texans at number 9. Number 8 are the Cleveland Browns. Coming in at number 7, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 6, the Miami Dolphins. Number 5 are the Dallas Cowboys. Coming in at number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. And then coming in at number 3, this team was on a 3-game skid. This team was a team that we did not know how good they could be. Last 2 weeks, they flexed on the Jaguars. Last week, their quarterback had the perfect QBR ranking versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on 27-14 win. Yes, they've only won 2 of their last 5, but those 2 have been dominating wins. Since their bye week, they have been 49ers of old, and that is number 3. Number 3 are the San Francisco 49ers, up 1 spot from number 4 last week with the win over the Buccaneers, slides them into number 3. Guys, the 49ers are a team that you do not want to F with right now. When the 49ers are healthy, they are the dangerous team in the NFL. They cannot be beat by anybody if they are a 100% healthy team. However, that is the key for the San Francisco 49ers, is being 100% healthy. I've seen on some power rankings, Wayne G's supercomputer, 49ers are number 1. They are not the best team in the NFL right now. They are not. But they are a damn good team in the NFL right now. They are clicking on all cylinders, and I'm not for sure if any team can beat them when they are 100% and clicking on all cylinders. But there are 2 teams that are better than them right now in the NFL, and that is coming in at number 2. That is the Detroit Lions, up 1 spot from number 3 from last week. The Detroit Lions had a grinded-out, gritty win versus the Chicago Bears last week. They are down 12 points with less than 4 minutes to go and scored 17 unanswered points in those final 4 minutes. Any other Detroit Lions team would have folded up the shop and lost that game to the Chicago Bears. The Detroit Lions had the grit, had the will, and this win over the Chicago Bears catapulted the Detroit Lions into a great team. The Detroit Lions are now a great team because of a nasty win over the Chicago Bears. That is why I had them going up 1 spot in this week's power rankings. They have won 3 of their last 4, and they're sitting at 8-2 on the season right now with a 2-game lead over the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC North. Coming up, they do play the Green Bay Packers Thanksgiving Day. Then they travel to the Saints, travel to the Bears, and they play the Broncos, Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings to end the season. Kind of a schedule that it's kind of up and down, right? Packers and Saints are kind of mediocre. Bears are down. Broncos are mediocre. Vikings, Cowboys, and Vikings are a games that could sneak up on you. But I think, guys, right now, the Detroit Lions are the team to beat in the NFC. Right now, the Detroit Lions are the team to beat in the NFC. If I need to repeat that one more time, we'll vote for the people in the back. The Detroit Lions are the team to beat in the NFC. But that gives us the number 1 spot. The team that beat the previous number 1 team on Monday Night Football, the team that looks good in the Kelly Green, the team that looks good on and off the field, the sexiest man alive, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles right now are sitting at 9-1 on the season. Only blemish on the record are to the Jets. About 5 weeks ago, 20-14 loss, first ever loss to the New York Football Jets, but they have been rolling since then, beating the Miami Dolphins, beating the Commanders, beating the Cowboys, beating the Chiefs. Then they have a date with the Buffalo Bills, the 49ers, and the Cowboys and the Seahawks in the upcoming 4 weeks. Right now, guys, the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFL. Now, I don't think they will continue that. I think they have a lot of tough schedules ahead of them, a lot of tough games ahead of them. But right now, going into Week 12, they are the best team. Ask me that again in a few weeks, they might be number 5. They might be number 6. But right now, going into Week 12, the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFL. They're sitting at number 1 in this week's NFL Power Rankings, up from 1 spot from number 2 from last week. So just to recap for the people that are tuning in late here, just till we wrap up the show here, number 10, we do have the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming in at number 9, we have the Houston Texans. Coming in at number 8, we do have the Cleveland Browns. Number 7, Jacksonville Jaguars. Coming in at number 6, the Miami Dolphins. Number 5, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 4, Baltimore Ravens. Coming in at number 3, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 2, the Detroit Lions. And the best team in the NFL right now are the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you guys agree with those power rankings. If you disagree, share this live feed. Share this out with the friends. The power rankings are now officially out on Facebook. Share those as well. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. See you tomorrow, 10 a.m. East Coast time. We will be covering the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers, the Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys, and of course the 49ers taking on the Seahawks, previewing those games. See you guys next time. See ya tomorrow.